Okay, next bin is river paddle. So selecting river paddle, we have lots of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 audio files and 1 video file. And it's very short. So, but we're going to layer this. So we're going to go in here and we're going to right click and we're going to create a new timeline using selected bin. And we're going to name that bin river paddle just to be consistent. And there's 1 video track. And how many audio tracks did we say? 6, 7, 8. So let's put a number 8 in there. Let's keep all this stuff as default. Sorry for the redundancy. And we created a new timeline with all of those assets in there. And of course, they're all stretched out in kind of this order. So let's just close the media pool. Let's zoom out. And we can see, a little too far, but you know what? I need to do that because sometimes I lose some out there. So, okay, there's our video clip. There is an audio file attached to it. Let's deal with that right now. I've done this in a couple of other videos. If you've chosen them, you've seen this. If you haven't, again, pardon the redundancy, but this is necessary. So these two are linked together. This file came with an audio file. There's nothing on it. It's completely silent, but it just happened to have an audio file on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click, and right here at the very bottom of the menu, link clips is checked. So we're going to click it again, and we've unchecked it by doing that. Now I have individual authority over that. And I can just take this and highlight it and hit my delete button. Bye. We're going to add our own audio, thank you, because we're audio editors.
And this is how it ends.
All right, we have some female voice talking here, which I kind of liked. We have this real trippy psychedelic music, which I like. We have a lot of audio tracks here, so let's go find them all here. There we go. We're just bringing that up. This is paddle noise, which I'm hoping is going to work. More water noise. And we've got some river forest ambient noise. And we have more tracks here. So we got one down here. Let's just put this here for now so I don't lose them. I forget about them. This is more water. And then this is, I'm not even sure what that is. We're going to find out by zooming in. Okay. And open that up a little bit there. I'm getting very confused here. So I'm going to take a moment and go over to the Fairlight page. And you'll see when I go over there, the playhead will be in the same spot, but the look is going to be different. And we're going to have to zoom in. And when we're in the Fairlight page, you can click on your meters and get the little reference monitor up there. It's very helpful. So I think I'm going to take a time and I'm going to say this is the voiceover. I'm going to call it a voiceover. And she's saying this is how it ends in a couple of different ways. Let's solo that.
And this is how it ends. And this is how it ends. And this is how it ends. And this is how it ends.
So I'm going to let you choose which one you use there. I'll cut it up and use one of them. You can use whatever one you like. And then this is, we'll call this Trippy Bed.
Next.
And I'll solo that. Yeah, we got a lot going on here. So let's name them. Oh, this is another audio track.
Out of the village before.
And this is how it ends.
I've never been out of the village before.
I've never been out of the village before is what this woman is saying here. So let's call this voiceover village. And then this is the oars. How do you spell oars? Quincy Public Schools. Okay, and
I've never been out.
let's start unsoloing these and soloing some of the others. This is also oars. We'll call this oars 2. This is a very gentle. Where am I? Oh, this is the overall river birds chirping. I like that. And then this is another gentle. So we might use all of these. And then I don't know why I have this in here. This is a woman talking in Swedish.
Tycker ta mig fan du börjar balla ur, ja.
Yeah, you know what? That was a crazy idea. Even I think that's crazy, so let's get rid of that. Okay, so we'll come back to the beginning. Oh, I've got that soloed. Unsolo that. Now I can hear everything.
I've never been out to Europe before.
All right, so the trippy music is coming in too slowly and not loud enough. Let's see.
I've never been out.
And I'm going to start now pulling some of these things out so that they're closer to their own place. So that the river forest ambience is going to stay. I think I'm going to bring that up. Oops, not that much. And then this ends to a little too soon. Maybe we can pull this out a little bit too. Maybe we don't need that till the end. And now this is a little too loud here. And we'll take the, because we're in Fairlight, I'll put the playhead over here and I'll hit the scissors. So what I've done there is I've cut that because I had that highlighted. And now I can just delete this because it's highlighted. And I can now, I can stretch this out more if I want. Remember, this is non-destructive editing. So, you know, say I want to let it linger and and this is a woman saying, I've never been out of the village before. So let's do this. Let's put this at the front. And then this is the other voiceover that says, this is how it ends. So we'll bring that up nice and high.
And this is how it ends.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that. And of course, we're going to want the river forest ambient noise to stop there, somewhere around there. So we can also put the playhead here, highlight that track by left-clicking on it and hitting the scissors tool. Pull that out, delete it. And I'm going to use that one.
And this is how it ends.
Just like the way she throws that line. Really good voiceover there. And I'm going to cut this somewhere around here. You can use whichever one you want, but at this point I'm deleting all the rest of those. Okay, so we're getting closer. This is a kind of a difficult one.
I've never been out.
This is a little too loud, and we got to time that too. So
I've never been out to village before.
And this is how it ends.
I'm going to bring that way up.
And this is how it ends.
We're gaining on it. I think we're at the 5-yard line. I think a lot happening here. Let's see if any of it's making sense.
I've never been out.
Yeah, I think we need more paddles happening here at the beginning. So let's do that. This is the oars, one of the oars.
I've never been out to village before.
It's a little bit off there, isn't it?
I've never been out to village before.
So I'm going to take the scissors tool and cut it right there. I'm going to pull this in a little bit and go a little bit tighter. Let's see what happens there.
I've never been out to village before.
And this is how it ends.
Yeah, so we don't need that last stroke of the oars on this track. This is a little wonky here, but it's starting to work. I think we're good with the forest ambiance, and I think I want to fade it out. And I'm getting a little bit picky here, so you may even already be done with yours. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper. And this paddle can be gone too. I don't think there's anything, there's not much there, so.
I've never been out to village before.
That has to come up.
I've never been out to village before. I've never been out to village before.
And this is how it ends.
I kind of like it. I'm going to go back to the edit page.
And this is how it ends.
So we just need something to happen here. I mean, we could just pull this all closer here. Do it that way. Let's see what happens.
And this is how it ends.
Okay. That's working for me.
And this is how it ends.
Yeah, so let's review that. We got a lot going on in this one. If you chose this one, congratulations. This is a multi-layer of audio. Very typical. This is not even a lot in most filmmaking. There's probably a dozen or more tracks of audio, but we've got one video. We've got so many other things happening here. We have a female voice here. We have a female voice to lead us. We have this trippy music here coming in and then fading out at the end. Plus, we have oars that have been cut to kind of match the oar paddle motions. And then we have river forest ambience happening. It's very subtle, but it's there. And then we have more canoe paddling here, which is very subtle as well. But it combined, it kind of all, it mostly works.
I've never been out of the village before.
And, we're not trying to be perfect. I'll say it again. We're learning here. We're trying to grasp a lot of the user interface and a lot of effects, a lot of subtle and sophisticated effects. So perfection is a dead-end street when you're learning. I'm hoping that you go on to, if you do go on to become an audio editor, then you really unleash your creativity. But thanks for watching this one. We'll go back up to Media Pool. The last one is coming up, and that's Skateboard. I'll see you in the next one.